Yo, what's up, y'all? This is MC Shy D, and I want to welcome y'all to Atlanta. You know why? Because we're going to talk about 50 years of hip-hop out of Atlanta.
What is hip-hop? A sound, a style, or a movement? Originating in the Bronx in the 1970s, hip-hop was kind of a cousin to rap. It was known as disco rap back then. There was an Atlanta spark here in the 1980s that foretold of something much bigger. DJs and beat makers, MCs and dancers, club owners and radio personalities, all of them were going to play a part. 50 years of hip-hop is a cause for celebration. And here in Atlanta, it's a story to be told.
Well, I started DJing in like 82, fell in love with hip hop around like 78, 79. So, I guess y'all know I've been here for a while. I was born in 69, so going on 54 years old. So I actually watched hip hop when it came into, when it hit the South in a very major way.
The number of success stories that have come out of Atlanta.
When I first got here, I was like, yo, this is it.
It's an ecosystem, you know what I'm saying? You pour into the ecosystem, it pours into you.
The birth of this whole thing and what this genre has became is incredible, but what this genre came from the dirt that was grinded out from coast to coast, it's crazy.
You want to call it a New York thing or East Coast thing, a lot of that was bubbling here in Atlanta.
Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time.
You had DJs in these areas that were just as big in their communities as Grandmaster Flash and Kool Herc and all these guys were in New York, because these records were being shipped across the country.
There was a huge underground culture here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? That consisted of B-boys and graph artists. My man Lam Boogie, you know what I'm saying, Shazam and all that. We also had the Universal Zulu Nation.
The Migos and the Lil Babies and all these folks coming up out of the A, doing their thing. And they're still, seeing the success that, all the artists did back in the 90s.
Early in hip-hop, the South was frowned upon, and now everybody want to sound like they're from the South or have music that sounds like it's Southern.
Some of these trap artists, you know what I'm saying? Big shout to Little John and all them, a lot of cats before he started going, and doing the trap thing, he was a reggae DJ, he was a house DJ.
It was just house parties all over Atlanta, Marietta, wherever I go. Somebody want me to DJ, I'm there.
You had a Caribbean culture in Atlanta back then as well. It was a whole renaissance of artists, poetry. That's what drew me here.
Atlanta has always been about us together, working together through everything, anything, coming together to make sure that the city is represented right.